Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about something we all experience, but often dread: failure. What if I told you that failure isn't the end of the road? What if it is actually one of the most valuable assets you can have on your journey to success? It sounds counterintuitive, I know, but stick with me, because, by the end of this video, I promise you'll see failure in a completely new light. We're conditioned to see failure as a negative, a sign that we're not good enough. But the truth is, the most successful people in the world, the ones we look up to, didn't just get lucky, they failed, a lot. They failed more times than most of us have even tried. The difference is, they understood that every single failure was a lesson, a stepping stone, and a critical part of their process. So, let us dismantle this fear of failure together, and learn how to turn it into our greatest strength. Let's start with a fundamental truth. Failure teaches you lessons that success simply can't. When you succeed at something, especially on the first try, it feels amazing. You get that rush of validation, that boost of confidence. But what do you really learn? You learn that your initial approach worked. That's about it. You don't learn why it worked, what other alternatives might have existed, or how to handle things when they don't go according to plan. Now, think about when you fail. Suddenly, you're forced to stop and analyze. What went wrong? Was it my strategy? My execution? My preparation? Failure demands introspection. It forces you to deconstruct your process, piece by piece, and identify the weak links. This is where the real learning happens. It's like being a detective in your own life, searching for clues that will lead you to a better outcome next time. Success gives you a trophy, but failure gives you a roadmap. And which one do you think is more valuable for the long journey ahead? Every mistake, every misstep, is a piece of invaluable feedback, telling you exactly where you need to improve. Beyond the practical lessons, failure does something incredible for your character. It builds resilience. Think of resilience as your mental muscle. Just like lifting weights at the gym, you don't get stronger by lifting something you can handle easily. You get stronger by pushing against resistance, by struggling, by failing to lift that last rep, and then coming back stronger the next day. Every time you face a setback and decide to get back up, you're doing a rep for your resilience muscle. The first time you fail, it can be crushing. It might feel personal, like a judgment on your worth. But the second time, it hurts a little less. The third time, you start to see it as part of the process. Before you know it, you've developed a level of mental toughness that allows you to face challenges without crumbling. You learn that a setback is temporary, not a permanent state of being. This resilience is what separates those who quit from those who achieve mastery. It's the ability to absorb a punch, stay on your feet, and keep moving forward, armed with new knowledge and a stronger will. Another powerful aspect of failure is its ability to expose your weaknesses with brutal honesty. None of us are perfect. We all have blind spots and areas where we can improve. The problem is, it's hard to see those weaknesses when things are going well. Success can make us complacent. We might think we have it all figured out. Failure, on the other hand, is like a spotlight that shines directly on our flaws. It shows you exactly where your skills are lacking, where your knowledge is incomplete, or where your strategy is flawed. And while that can be uncomfortable, it's an incredible gift. Why? Because you can't fix a problem you don't know you have. Once a weakness is exposed, you have a clear target for improvement. You can seek out new information, practice a specific skill, or ask for help in an area where you're struggling. This allows for targeted, rapid growth. Instead of guessing where you need to get better, failure tells you exactly what to work on. It accelerates your learning curve in a way that smooth sailing never could. It's the ultimate diagnostic tool for personal and professional development. Along with exposing weaknesses, failure cultivates some of the most important human virtues: humility, clarity, and self-awareness. Let's be honest, unchecked success can lead to arrogance. It's easy to believe your own hype when you're always winning. Failure is the great equalizer. It reminds us that we are human, that we are fallible, and that there is always more to learn. This humility is crucial because it keeps you open to feedback, open to learning from others, and open to trying new things. It prevents you from becoming rigid in your thinking. Failure also brings incredible clarity. When your plans fall apart, you are forced to reevaluate what truly matters. It strips away the non-essentials and makes you focus on your core purpose. You might realize that the path you were on wasn't the right one for you, or that your initial goal wasn't what you truly wanted. This clarity is a powerful guide. And finally, all of this leads to a deeper self-awareness. You learn how you react under pressure, what your emotional triggers are, and what truly motivates you to keep going. You get to know yourself on a much deeper level, which is the foundation for all meaningful growth. So, if we embrace this perspective, every failure stops being a dead end and becomes a stepping stone. Imagine, you're climbing a huge mountain. You wouldn't expect to just walk straight to the top, would you? There would be cliffs you can't scale, paths that lead nowhere, and storms that force you to take shelter. Each of these obstacles is a failure in your direct descent. But they aren't the end of your journey. Each time you have to backtrack and find a new route, you learn more about the mountain. You learn which paths are treacherous, where the handholds are solid, and how to read the weather. Each failed attempt is actually just you, gathering more information, building your strength, and refining your strategy. The same is true for any goal you're trying to achieve. Every project that doesn't work out, every pitch that gets rejected, every skill you struggle to learn, they aren't failures. They are essential steps on your path toward mastery. They are the stones you lay down, one by one, creating a solid foundation that will eventually lead you to the summit. Without those stones, you'd have nothing to stand on. This brings us to a crucial mindset shift. You have to learn to treat failure as data, not as a definition of who you are. When a scientist conducts an experiment and it doesn't produce the expected result, do they throw their hands up and declare themselves a failed scientist? Of course not. They meticulously record the data, analyze what happened, form a new hypothesis, and run the experiment again. The unexpected result isn't a personal failing, it's just data. It's information that guides the next step. We need to adopt this same scientific mindset in our own lives. When you fail at something, you are not a failure. You are a person who attempted something and got an unexpected result. That's it. Separate your identity from the outcome. The outcome is just data. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this data? What does this information tell me about my approach? When you depersonalize failure, you remove the emotional sting that so often paralyzes us. It's no longer about your worth. It's about your strategy. And strategies can always be changed, improved, and tested again. This shift from "I am a failure" to "I experienced a failure, and now I have new data" is one of the most empowering you can ever make. Finally, just look at history. Look at any field of human endeavor, and you will find that the greatest achievements were almost always built on a mountain of repeated failures. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter was finally accepted. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work when inventing the light bulb." These stories aren't just motivational fluff. They reveal a fundamental truth about success. Breakthroughs don't happen in a vacuum. They are the result of relentless trial and error. They come from having the courage to try something new, the resilience to handle it when it doesn't work, and the wisdom to learn from the outcome and try again. The people who achieve great things are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who are willing to fail more than anyone else. They understand that each failure isn't a step backward, but a necessary and productive step forward on the path to innovation and discovery. They embrace the process, the learning, and the growth that only comes from daring to get it wrong. So, I want to leave you with this challenge. The next time you're facing a task and you feel that fear of failure creeping in, I want you to reframe it. Instead of thinking, "What if I fail?" ask yourself, "What could I learn if this doesn't go as planned?" Give yourself permission to experiment, to be imperfect, and to collect some data. See every attempt not as a high-stakes performance where you either pass or fail, but as an opportunity to learn something new. Celebrate the effort, not just the outcome. Because when you adopt this mindset, failure loses its power over you. It transforms from a monster in the closet to a teacher in the classroom. It becomes your most trusted advisor, your toughest coach, and your most valuable asset. So go out there, be bold, be brave, and don't be afraid to fail. Your future self, the one who has achieved all the things you're dreaming of today, will thank you for it. Thanks so much for watching. If this message resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on growth and mindset. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Share a time when a failure taught you a valuable lesson. Let's learn from each other. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep embracing the journey.